Wow, this video quality's horrible. Hey guys, it's me, Ben. And a while ago I made a What If Mega Evolution made its way to My Hero Academia story. It wasn't really popular, so I'm not really sure why I decided to do it again. But I kind of wanted to do it again because I had a lot of interesting ideas that I wanted to just put in this video. And the story was a lot better than the first one. And so, I hope you enjoy the video. I wanted this to... Wait. Nothing up. This isn't scripted at all because this video is really coming down to the wire. The only thing I bothered scripting was the story. And yeah, so I wanted to make this video a long time ago during My Villain Academia, maybe at the end of the series, at the end of My Villain Academia. But that never happened because I got sick, and not with COVID, before anybody starts worrying a whole bunch. No, it was probably just an allergy I had to adjust from being in the house all day to being in school. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That's why I haven't really been posting any serious videos other than the self-indulgent birthday video I made. And yeah, I might need to cut back on the every Monday uploads. I'll try and upload as much as possible, but every Monday might need to be cut to once a week, once every other week, maybe. I'll try. I'll try my best to make it every Monday, but if it's not, there'll still be a whole bunch of content for you guys to review. Now, let's get into the video for real. Lysandra would be in his lab, pacing. "We should be out there, getting the Mega Stone," he suddenly shouted. "We will in time," responded Shigaraki. I hate heroes, but even I'm not crazy enough to just storm into a hero facility. That's why this plan is so important. "This is the one time you decide to show maturity, boy." "Watch it. We already have our Mega Stones, so I could just kill you right now. Trust me, what I have in mind is something only I can do," Lysandra said, starting to calm down. "That Izuku Midoriya. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't even need to be here. I swear when I get the chance I'll... Sorry. That kid is spoken for." "Fine. Your underling, Dabi was his name. What's he up to? I saw him leave more than an hour ago." "Oh, he's setting up a party." "And what is this party?" "Oh, you'll see." Down in the city area south from the base, heroes rush to the scene of the crime to find a man completely encased in scorched skin and blue flames. The heroes notice the skill set looks like that of Dabi of the League of Villains, but they didn't realize it was him at first, and unfortunately, they would never get the chance, but they would quickly turn to ash. However, one was able to get away. This was the son and sidekick of Luke Ryo, Power Arm. This was Ryo Wu. He called a meeting with all the other heroes involved in the Mega Evolution incident, and they had come to the horrifying conclusion that the League of Villains could Mega Evolve. The heroes rushed to the Mega Stone. It was still in the secure facility. Hawks had received some intel from the villains while being the double agent, unbeknownst to everyone, and the Public Safety Commission offloaded the data as some random spy they had within the League. The information was that the League of Villains would be coming there the following night. Some were baffled the villains had the courage, or more likely were crazy enough to try such things. But others knew better. Deku, Aravati, Bakugo, Shoto, and the recovering pro hero Power Arm, they all still currently had Mega Stones, and seeing as how the stones wouldn't come off of their bodies, the Public Safety Commission allowed them free use of these Mega Stones. However, the students all agreed to use these powers Furthermore, the power felt way too ominous, like it was bad to use these powers. The heroes all got into position in the facility and waited for an hour, and another, and another, and another hour, until "Rah!" roared Bakugo. "Kacchan, we're supposed to be quiet!" Deku was cut off. "Oh, suck a pen, Deku! These villains obviously know we're waiting for them and aren't coming!" "But still," Deku was cut off again, but by another voice. "No, he's right," said Endeavor. "Someone must have tipped the villains off." Deku was a little annoyed about being cut off again, but he felt too tired to care. "Well, what are we gonna do now? We can't just leave." "Well, it's not going to be our problem. The next shift will handle it." Speaking of the devil. A figure walked through the door. It was pro hero Diancie. "Oh my gosh," said Deku. "It's Diancie, the diamond hero. She can temporarily create diamonds with her quirk in any shape she wants. She's currently ranked 719 and has her agency of other..." "Shut up, Deku!" "Hi there," said Diancie shyly. "So, I'm here to take over for you guys for the next few hours. I'll call you guys if I see anything suspicious. Thank you. Now we can go home." "Wait, are you all that's here?" said Endeavor. "I expected a few more heroes." "Oh yes, they're running a bit late. You know, fans," responded Diancie with shifting eyes. "What are you doing, number one?" said Bakugo, impatiently waiting to go home. "Use your quirk," Endeavor demanded. "What?" stammered Diancie. "You heard me. Do it now." Diancie hesitated for a little bit, and then said, "Well, I tried," before erupting as Himiko Toga and stabbing Endeavor in the hand. Endeavor shot a blast of fire, but Toga barrel rolled and disappeared. "That brat! Come out here!" shouted Endeavor. "Gladly," as Toga dropped to the floor in her new Mega Evolved form. The rest of the group was stunned. Toga took advantage of this and used her new power to try and stab the heroes. Her new power was that she could generate tendrils with needles sticking at the ends. Luckily, the heroes were able to snap back to reality and dodge. He said this would be easy. I get the hero's blood, I transform and go into the safe and get the keystone. But now it's time for plan B. The heroes were horrified at what they had just heard. Not only had Toga most likely killed Diancie, the villains had a backup plan for if their original plan failed. Deku went on the comms. "Uraraka, Todoroki, the plan's been compromised. The villains are here." "What?" said Shoto. "Yeah, Deku was cut off for the third time today, but this time these words didn't annoy him. They sent chills down his spine. "How the hell did you get in here?" "Shoto?" said Endeavor. A voice rang on the comms. "Hello, Shoto Todoroki." It was Dabi. "No. Do you think you two can handle this girl while I get Shoto?" said Endeavor. "Yes, go. We'll handle this." Toga tried to stop Endeavor with a syringe tentacle, but was stopped by Deku. "Darn," Toga said in her mind. "As much as I would love to see you getting beaten up again, Izuku, I'm not trying to get killed today." "You got a funny way of showing it, you vampire." "What's the plan, Toga? Just steal the keystone?" "Pretty much. And as you can see, I didn't come out here alone. Oh, Lysander." The two heroes saw another familiar, unfriendly face. "You two heroes ruined everything. You stole my life's work," shouted Lysander in a booming voice. "We can't let you have that power. You're a villain," Deku responded. "It's okay for you to use it because you're a hero?" "What are you talking about?" The number one hero was gone, but with the Keystone, dozens of heroes can be better than he ever was. So let me ask you this question. Are there any restrictions on your use of Mega Evolution? That doesn't matter. So I assume I am right. What's right and wrong become blurred in exchange for manufactured peace. All Might solidified this when he turned heroes into law enforcement celebrities, and now that he's gone, everyone's starting to see the holes that he left in society. "You shut up!" Deku screamed. To the shock of Bakugo, he's never seen Deku so angry. Deku powered up to 15% of One For All and went in for a punch on Lysander. Toga took this as a chance to impale Deku, but failed and got Bakugo instead. Bakugo had luckily Mega Evolved, and only flinched in pain as he threw a massive explosion before she could take any blood. Bakugo flashed a look at Deku, as if to say, "Don't be stupid, Deku, that hurt." But Bakugo couldn't really talk in his Mega Evolved form. Regardless, Deku was horrified at what he had done. He let his anger get the best of him, and Bakugo had to suffer for it. "I'm sorry, Deku was cut off by a plume of fire that erupted in front of the young hero. "Don't forget about me." Deku had researched Lysander to find out that his quirk was Element Cannon, an emitter-class quirk that allowed him to shoot lightning, water, fire, and wind. He once aspired to be a hero, but he'd grown the ideology that people weren't deserving of his or any hero's help, because people were selfish and took heroes for granted. And heroes were no better, reveling in being worshipped. Lysander was disgusted by it all, so his goal aligned with Shigaraki, the destruction of modern society. Deku quickly recovered from Lysander's attack and was about to use his Megastone when Lysander's words flashed in his head. Lysander saw this, and a smug expression grew on his face. "Well, if you won't use your gift, then I will." Lysander began to transform. The two heroes were outmatched, until the villains began floating. It was Uravity in her Mega Evolved form. "Are you guys alright? We're much better now that you're here." Bakugo roared, as if saying, "We didn't need your help." Ignoring Bakugo, she asked if that was really Toga. You don't recognize me, Ochako?" "Oh, I withdraw the question," Uravity said, with a disgusted face. "It doesn't matter how many heroes you send, we've already won," said Lysander. "What are you talking about?" Deku immediately ran into the vault and saw a hole in the ceiling. He jumped through it to see a fleeing armored car. Uraraka shouted, "Go, Deku! I got a score to settle with this guy." Deku listened and powered up to 23%. Risky but necessary, and chased the armored car. Provisional hero Deku in pursuit of villain's armored car. What armored car? Endeavored said, highly confused. "This was all a setup. The villains are trying to distract us so they can steal the stone from under our noses." "Wait, Deku, don't go alone. Wait for backup. Deku! Deku!" Deku was ignoring Endeavor's orders, something that he knew would come back to bite him in the butt later. However, Deku currently didn't care. If the villains got their hands on this Mega Stone and could give it to random villains along with no moves, the world would be destroyed. Deku caught up with the armored car, kicked the person who was inside, and used Black Whip to grab the armored car to avoid causing damage. He did all this fairly successfully, but before he could catch his breath, a hand was nearly in front of his face. Deku instinctively backed away. He looked at his opponent and saw it was Tamura Shigaraki.
"Remember what I told you last time we met? That next time we met, I'd likely have to kill you. And after you so rudely kicked me out of my car, I definitely want to do that."
As Shigaraki pulled out a necklace to reveal a Megastone. As Shigaraki transformed, he split into 3 figures. and once done, he resembled that of a zombie, had 3 floating hands similar to the complexion of the one on his face. Deku finally had enough and Mega evolved himself. Lysander was right. You do look like some derpy rabbit. Deku immediately shot towards Shigaraki and hit him with a Detroit Smash. Without a Nomu in his place, he could surely take a few hits should be enough to take him down, right? Shigaraki was totally fine, the only apparent damage being that his hand was knocked off his face. One of the massive hands collided into Deku and made him hit the armored car. Deku felt the impact did a lot more than it should have when he looked down at his arm and realized the artificial bracing around his body had been destroyed. These giant hands also contained Shigaraki's quirk, Decay. Before Deku could strategize, Shigaraki charged at Deku and got his hand on Deku's mask before Deku composed himself enough to jump into the air. Deku's face was completely exposed. Deku quickly made the realization that close contact wasn't an option. If he kept going for a physical attack, he would eventually be killed by Shigaraki. Shigaraki knew this and was exploiting it to the fullest. I know you're only at discount All Might and can only do close range attacks, but as you can see, fighting me up close is a big no-no. This was Shigaraki's mistake. While Deku was a power type who specialized in close combat, during his internship, he'd been working on many distance attacks. Deku immediately switched gears and went for a 55% Air Force Delaware Smash, hitting Shigaraki right in the stomach. You brat! Shigaraki growled in pain. I'll kill you. Shigaraki immediately sent all his hands after Deku. Deku didn't panic. Instead, he started using Air Force Rapid Fire and destroyed all of Shigaraki's extra hands, as they all turned to dust. Deku looked around for Shigaraki when pain shot through him as something clawed him in the back. Deku saw Shigaraki going in for another attack and decided to land a 83% Texas Smash, which sent Shigaraki rocketing backwards. Deku went to the truck to luckily find the keystone. Okay, let's return you back. Deku turned to dash for the facility when Lysander's words yet again ran through his mind. How long before dozens of heroes had this power? Was it really okay for anyone to use this keystone at all? Hero or villain? Deku saw Shigaraki running towards him and realized, as long as the keystone exists, there will always be battles over it. So, Deku made an insubordinate choice. When Shigaraki was an arm's length away from him, he thrust the keystone into Shigaraki's hand, and the keystone turned to dust. Deku quickly shot back over and said, It's over, Shigaraki, the keystone is gone. But something caught Deku off guard. He wasn't in his normal form, and Shigaraki wasn't his. Furthermore, the Megastones were gone. Destroying the Megastone must have disabled Mega Evolution as a whole. No, no, no! You heroes ruin everything! Deku shot Shigaraki with another Air Force blast. However, it didn't have the effect Deku was expecting. Shigaraki seemingly turned into mud. Deku realized what had happened and Endeavor confirmed his suspicion by saying the same thing had happened to the others when they had gone for another attack after the villains turned back to normal. They turned it into a mud-like substance. This was the handiwork of the villain twice. The League of Villains weren't really there. Instead, they had clones in case they failed, which they did. Meanwhile, in the villain hideout, it's been destroyed, said Lysander. He was losing more and more of his sanity. There's nothing to do over spilled milk, Lysander. No! We need to go back. We need to... I've had enough of your attitude. You've outlived your purpose. Now it's time to say goodnight. Wait, what? What are you? No, no, no! Lysandra's words echoed as the room fell silent. Is that good lighting? Oh yeah, that's good lighting. That's the stuff. Okay. Hopefully that was enjoyable, and I decided to do this because it's October, Halloween, the scary villain stuff. Of the the one with Dobby, that's my least favorite. I wanted to just completely retcon it and then fix it like I did with the Lysander one, because the Lysander one, I'm a lot happier with how that turned out after my retconning. But I kind of posted it on Instagram, so it felt like I'd just be false advertising. I'm pretty sure people would have preferred something a lot better, but I don't care. But I don't think people really care. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment down below what was your favorite part. Leave a suggestion of what you want stuff me to do. I have a whole bunch of videos planned, and so stay tuned for that. Peace out.